everyone, welcome to our channel, Rebecca, Stu, and the Crew. I'm Rebecca, and today is Friday, and every Friday we post a video showing what's new for the week at the Dollar Tree. This is for the Dallas area and for the week of April 15th, 2022. So let's go shopping. I went to 5 different stores this week. We'll start in apparel and accessories. So all the things I found at all of the stores will be combined in each section of the store here. So apparel and accessories, they had some new scarves with springtime colors and patterns like the green, the floral, some butterflies, and then they did throw in a cheetah print to go with the set of scarves that they have out right now for early summer, late spring. They also have their crossbody bags restocked in the lighter colors, but they did have some of the kind of like Christmas patterns with the buffalo plaid and the fall with the bicycle pattern. But there are 5 different designs in all. You can get the heart pattern and also the cheetah print. Then they had their hats in for summer. They have visors and baseball caps. So the baseball caps and visors right now, they have them out in red, white, and blue in both styles. And then they do also have out a few different like coral, some light pink, and teal color baseball hats. Then I found the American Apparel Tri-Blend Collection tank tops. I only found them in green. Over in the arts and crafts this week, I was really excited to find this new 8x10 wood frame with a tin board behind it, and that is a crafter's square craft project that you can add little clips and things to. It's magnetic as well. They had some Main Street Wall Creations tile stickers. This new one with the flowers was the only one that I saw new out of all the ones that they carry. But then they did have some new stickers where, the 2-sided wall stickers, which are the $1 decorator stickers. It says easy on, easy off. So they have 6 butterflies in all. It's a 2-sided sticker sheet, and some of them have like their butterflies with the open wings, and then a couple of them have the wings closed, but you get 3 butterflies on each side of the sheet, so there's 6 in all. They also had some new floral patterns. This one I really liked a lot. I think this was probably my favorite one. There's both sides of that sticker, and then this sheet here with both sides showing with the different flowers. They also had some Star Wars Mandalorian wall decals. You get 7 wall decals in all. This is just a one-sided sheet though. It does not have the stickers on both sides, and they are a little bit more of like the smaller version of the stickers. Then they had their pop-up stickers. This is a 7-count pack here. Again, with the stickers, it just kind of depends on how big the stickers are for each set, how many stickers you get. Usually it's anywhere from 7 to 12 stickers, but they had a whole bunch of these different sheet sets that have different sayings regarding friends and friendship, lots of different color schemes as well. And those are a 3D kind of like pop-up sticker. Not all of them are the 3D sticker, but most of them on the sheet will be a pop-up sticker. So they had like this one that says you and me and our story. That was kind of like the wedding themed one, and had different things with about like being my best friend. And then they also had some regarding sports, pets, family. So there's a whole bunch of different stickers out right now. These were the newer ones that I saw. All the repeats, I didn't bother to show them because we've seen them quite a few times already. They did bring back the sticker sheet though, which I know is a favorite, with the little trucks and the sunflowers. They had a few different sets with the vacation theme. And again, those are the pop-up stickers. I believe this sheet right here has 9. And then you've got this one here with like the different flowers. It says vacation, a flamingo, and things like that. Then we found these wood curl roses. You get 4 roses in each pack. So it looks like a wood shaving that has curled up into what looks like a wooden rose. They're a nice size flower, and to get 4 in a pack, I'd say that was a pretty good deal because they're really nice. Then I found these letter tiles, which are basically like Scrabble tiles. They had them painted white and black, or you could get the natural wood ones, and you get 1 of each letter. So there's 26 in all, so you get the whole alphabet. I will say the black and white ones must be the favorite because there was only one pack of those left at the store that I found them at. Then I found these metal accents that you can use in crafting. There's 4 in all. They're a decent size. They're about the size of a small saucer, like plate. If that makes sense, you guys can kind of get an idea of what size they are. They also had these 2-piece dry erase board tags, and you could also get them in a chalkboard. So they're about a 5x7-inch size tag. So those were neat. You could DIY those. They also brought back the wood trucks that you can decorate. And then these new DIY wood dice, you get 3 in each pack, and they're about a 1.5-inch cube. Really, really nice for $1.25. I also found the mini cutting boards. They're about, I would say, an inch thick. I didn't measure it, but just eyeballing it, I'd say they're about an inch thick. They also have these little house cutouts as well that you could DIY. And again, those are an inch thick as well. They had their water brush pens that you could refill for like watercolors. And then I found these glass blanks that you can decorate. They have an easel back on them, and there are 3 different ones that you can choose from. So one looks like a little sign, then they've got the circle, and then obviously the rectangle. So here are some close-ups for you guys. You guys could see them. So I'm pretty sure you could probably paint these. You could use vinyl, sticker, maybe even the glass paint pens that they carry to decorate these. There's lots of different ways you could decorate them. And they were just in this little styrofoam box sitting down on the shelf. I also found a bunch of their lilies restocked just in time for Easter. So now we'll move over into the baby care items. Really not a lot new there, but they did have a lot of their party supplies geared towards like baby showers, a bunch of different plates that said things like it's a girl and it's a boy. Then they had a bunch of like jungle animals. These plates and napkins were new. The napkins had plates to match. I just showed the napkins because I don't see a point of showing the napkins and the plates for everything. Any of them that were a little bit different, then I'll show them. Like this plate here was a little bit different than the napkins. So that's why I'll show you guys that one. They also had some teether toys that you can put in the refrigerator to cool down, and also these silicone pacifiers, which I've never seen the newborn pacifiers there before. So I was happy to see those. So over in health and beauty, we'll start with the cosmetics first. They haven't had a lot of cosmetics recently that were new. They do have some new cosmetic bags that say you're like really pretty. They had it in the black and the white with the pink writing. Also some Sally Hansen nail polish. It's the Insta-Dry brand, and they have a whole bunch of different colors. And they're not set up on the shelf. They're actually in these little like prism-shaped containers, and they just had them sitting on the shelf. They also have their mini makeup holders with the mirror that's got the little tray when you open it up. And then the hair care items, they had a few new things. I really enjoyed these headbands. The box said it's a mommy in me headband. They're really pretty. They have these light pink background with these pink and green flowers on them. And the wider one is for mom. And then the skinny version here is for a child. And you can see that they match just different sizes. They also had these fashion headbands with the pom-poms at the top and the rainbow. They have a matching hair clip with the pom-poms. It's like an alligator style clip in gold. They also had it in blue and white. And it was like a 2-tone blue, and you can get the clip to match. And here's a view of the back of the clip so you guys can see what that clip looks like. Then they had a bunch of these scrunchies with the bow hanging down, and it's got like a pearl and a gold piece connecting them. It's kind of like a sheer type material, so they're really pretty, a nice soft ribbon. And they had quite a few different ones that you could choose from. They've got a couple with like cherries or some kind of fruit on them. And then the rest of them seem to all be like a floral print. They also brought back their Patriotic scrunchies. They have those on a little plastic strip hanging down the aisle, and some new hair gels. This one was called the Clean Look. They have Spike and Messy. Now we'll move over into the pharmacy and personal care items. They had these new eye masks, which I thought were kind of interesting. It's a contoured eye mask, so they don't press right up against your eyes. It's got an elastic strap to wrap around your head. I think it's kind of nice that it's got that raised up piece. A lot of people don't like the mask right up against their face, so it would help to keep it away from your eyes. They also have these really pretty ones out, kind of geared towards Mother's Day. It was over by the Mother's Day items. They had them in blue and pink, and you can get an exfoliating bath glove to match. They had those also in the blue and pink floral. Then they brought back the bath sponges that look like lollipops. There's 3 different ones that you could choose from. Also the lotion applicators in the purple and blue. And that's just a sponge down on the end. Then I found these new lavender shower fizzers. You get 2 shower fizzers in each pack. And then the fizzer, if you look at it closely, actually has little lavender leaves in them. Also, they had their spa luxury items restocked. So they've got the rose and vanilla or the coconut milk. They have hand cream. You can also get the body sprays. And then they have their shower gel and lotion. They also have a bunch of the Bolero products. This is the chamomile cucumber. They have their facial wipes. You can also get the eye cream. They have a facial wash. And then the facial toner. And the paper facial mask. So they also had their hand wash, and you can get those in the hibiscus rose scent also. And they have all those items I just showed you. They also have that in the hibiscus rose, as you could see here. And to go with those products, they also have some body scrub. You can get the body wash. And then they also have the Bolero hand cream and their bath salts. And I found these bath salts. They have the nighttime relief, the muscle relief, and cold and allergy relief. Also, some body wash by Oil of Olay and Ivory. And those are the hydrating wash and the 3-ounce bottles. Then I found these new facial serums. You get 10 in each pack. They had some children's Dippin' Dots vitamins. And then some men's grooming kits. In the grooming kit, you get a mustache comb, mustache scissors, you get nail clippers, and tweezers. They also had the soft soap, liquid hand soap, citrus refills. This is a 32 fluid ounce refill for $1.25. Now we'll move over into the fun finds. I found some new notebooks. So these are a list pad that says a notepad, sort of keep track to do eventually and get things done like a boss. And you get 40 sheets in each pad. They also had these framed glass shadow boxes with the glitter frames. There were 2 of those, one with a unicorn, one with a rainbow, and then the wooden plaques that sit on a shelf. They had a few different ones geared towards like a tween style bedroom. I also found these string lights. You get 10 lights. They had the pineapples, peaches, which were new. I've seen pineapples before. I've never seen the peaches before. I thought those were cute. And they also have watermelons. Then they had 2 different styles of these daisy pens. The pen is green, so it looks like the stem. And then they've got the rubber daisy at the top and a sunflower. Also, these letterboard notes, they're quotes for every day. And those are by the Crown Jewels brand. They had some Glow mobile phones, which are waterproof cases. You could put your phone in it. And then they had those in pink and in blue. I believe it's just a glow stick that you have to crack that's along the edge. But they also had these reusable waterproof bags, which are inflatable. So it was kind of like filled with air. It was rubberized around the whole frame. And this one had different like watermelon and flowers, like Hawaiian type flowers. And then the other one had sweet treats and fruit on it. I'm trying to show a close up. There's kind of a glare there. Over in the home decor, we saw these about 6 or 7 months ago. They brought back these votives with the silver metal top there with the little beads on it. And they have those in white, pink, purple, and teal. They also brought back the mason jars with the tea light holders in them. And then the shadow box pictures that say, "This is our happy place," and start each day with a grateful heart. And last summer, they had these signs out. They brought them back. They have the "Catch Me by the Sea," "So Water Await." And then this one that says "Home Sweet Home." And then the last one, which is "But First Coffee." They also brought back these windows. This one says "Welcome to our home" in the brown. The black one says "Home Sweet Home." They also have them in gray. It says "Our family gathers here." And then the white one is "Our family gathers here." And those are a repeat from last year. They had some new framed art, like "Don't worry, be happy" with the bee. They also had the "Home Sweet Home" with the lemons. And then a few different portraits with the coffee cups. This one has the coffee cup in the continuous line. This one says, "This coffee is making me awesome." And this one says, "A day without coffee is like just kidding. I have no idea." The sign says, "Bless the food before us, the family beside us, and the love between us. My cooking is so awesome. Even the smoke alarm cheers me on." And then this one here with the different fruit trees and flowers. Over in Housewares, Home Maintenance and Organization, they have these smaller size bins that you can use a dry erase marker on, and the spot there with the tag. So you can get them in mint green. They had them in coral and navy blue. So these are a lot smaller than the ones you're used to seeing. So just be aware of that they do have them in different sizes. They have their summer colors out, which is this bright blue, teal, and pink. And they had a whole bunch of different bins in all three colors. They also had some laundry baskets, which coordinate, and they're just the small round laundry baskets, which we've seen before. They also have out the red, white, and blue bins. These are a nice large bin with handles on the side, and they are just round, but they're about 8 inches tall. So they're a nice deep container. Also, they're pink, and this is like a sage green color washcloths they've brought in, and the curtain rod brackets. You get 2 in the pack. I also found some rain off windshield wash. It also has like a plus bug remover, and that is the 64 ounce refill bottle. Over in the kitchen and pantry, they have a whole bunch of new placemats. They have this one that says "Love makes a house into a home," and then "Family, where life begins and love never ends." This one I showed you guys a few weeks ago. It says "Gather here with a grateful heart," and "Bon appetit." And then the last one is the blue truck that says "Make memories along the way." And they all have coasters that coordinate with the placemats. And then this additional coaster, it says "You are my sunshine." They had some new glass refrigerator magnets also. They've restocked their mason jar cups, which they usually do in the summer. And then the larger of the storage containers with the metal lids, those are the the quart-sized jars. They also had these new storage containers. They are a 12-cup container with the blue lid, and they're actually like measurements up the side of the container. I also found their wood grain charger plates restocked. They had these white melamine plates with the beaded decorative edge. You could get the silver trays, and then they had these really cute cups for kids. There's 4 different ones with the straw, and as you can see, you just pop the straw out, and then inside the lid there's like this little hole so you can put the straw back in it to keep the end clean. And there are 4 different cups. So they have this one, it is the dinosaur train. They also have the Bernstein Bears. So that is the cup with the red lid. The dinosaur train was the purple one. They have Arthur, and that is the blue lid. And then Eleanor's Wonders Why, and that is the green lid. They also have it in the Snackies style water bottles with the pour spout at the top. And then it has all the little like character pictures on the side. And then at the very bottom, that is the snack container that you can take off and fill. So again, they had the Bernstein Bears. That is the red one. And then Arthur in the blue. And then the dinosaur train. And then to coordinate with all of those, they also have the bowls that have the straw attached so they could, so you can drink like your milk or whatever you put in the bowl. And all the little characters are down in the middle of the bowl. They have the pictures there and they have all 4 of those. If this video has gone a little bit too slow, some people are saying I was going too fast. So I tried to slow it down the last few weeks. You could always tap the screen twice if you're on a phone to skip forward a little bit. And you can always pause if I'm going too fast to see an item a little bit better. Then they had these Nutter Butter packs. You get 8-ounce peanut butter cookie sandwiches, these new banana wave drinks. It says you could like drink them straight. You can use them in a smoothie and lots of other uses. Over in the office supplies, they had a bunch of their planner sticker sheets that were new. Some of them look kind of like repeats. I mean, they're just planner stickers. They all kind of say the same thing anyways. But the one that I really liked was this one with all the different things about like walking your pet and vet appointments and things like that, like grooming and stuff. I thought those were cute. There's about, I think, almost 300 stickers in each pack. They had a bunch of their new magnetic list pads also. So that's all of the ones you're seeing right here. I believe there was like 5 or 6 new ones that I found this week. And then they brought back these stationery sets. It's the Jot brand. You get the green one. They have this pink with all the like rainbow. There's like cards in there. You get some stationery and you get envelopes. And they had those out last year around this time. For the party supplies, they're starting to get ready to put out a lot of their graduation items. They had some of their yard signs out. I actually have a graduate this year, so I'm excited about that. So we'll be looking into getting some of these items. They, of course, have their yard signs. They have some pennants and some banners already out. The different beach balls and balloons, glasses, bubbles, quite a few items. I was surprised because out of the 5 stores I went to, only 2 of them actually had the graduation stuff out because the other stores just had so much Easter items. They really don't have room to put them out yet. I was really excited to find these light up candles for the graduation items that say 2022. They had, of course, their coffee cups that say things like reach for the stars, congrats grad, and this girl can. Also some balloon banners in gold and silver that say congrats. And then in the pet care, pet supplies, they had some new toys. They had these chew toys. It says it wasn't me. That is like a bright orange. They also had I didn't do it in the gray. In the pink, it says high maintenance. And then the black, white, and red, it says antisocial. They also had these new balls for cats. So the yarn ball we've seen before, but they have 2 different ones. The cat toy that is like a little poof here in the blue. It's really fun. It makes a lot of crinkle noises. My cats love it. They also had the large wicker balls, which I think you could just use as a decoration. They have bells in them. And then the rainbow yarn ball. And that actually does not make noise. It doesn't have a ball or anything in it or a bell or anything like that. They also had the tennis ball on a rope, but it was for like a larger dog. They have this really long, thick rope attached to it. And now we'll look into the seasonal items. We'll start with the Mother's Day items. They have these really gorgeous signs that say brave, strong, loved mom. Here's a view of it from the back. And then you can see the heart up close. It's got a little bit of like a weathered look to it. This beading along the bottom, I thought really sold it. It just kind of tied it all together. And they are about a 1/2 inch thick. And again, here's what it looks like. I just thought those were really pretty. They also had these shadow box signs. It says home is where mom is. Or you can get this one in the blue that says mom, I love you. Then for the garden items, they had their stepping stones And the little rocks here with the flowers on them, those are repeats from like just about every year I can remember the Dollar Tree being open. They also had a bunch of these grow kits. You could do like cornflowers, daisies, forget-me-nots, and then each one of the flower pots are a different color to coordinate with the flower that you can grow or the herb. They had like basil, strawberries, a whole bunch of different items, some mini seed starting greenhouses. And then they started putting out their summer items like the beach items here. They have this large serving bowl, which is so pretty. They also have, so here's a view of it from the side, sorry. And then the top rim there, they're separated by the paper so they don't get scratched. They are melamine. They have the small serving bowls. Here's a view of it from the side. And then they had the stemless wine glasses. It says sea, sand, sunshine, and then wish upon a starfish. So there's two different ones. And then if you go over by the kitchen items, they actually had a bunch of the hot pad holders. They have the oven mitts for both of the sayings, the sea, sand, sunshine, and wish upon a star. They have the drying mat and the kitchen towels. You can also get the serving tray and then the dinner plates. To coordinate with those, they had some stickers. I apologize, I didn't get that close. They were still stocking and I was trying not to get in the way and it was kind of hard to actually get up close. They also had these DIY signs. I thought that was really neat that they had so many. So the red one has a sailboat, the white one has a seashell. They have the starfish in the light blue. The natural wood is a seahorse and an anchor for the dark blue one. They also have mermaid tails and seashells for the little cups here. These large tag signs that have a cork on the front and then kind of like a white print of like an octopus. Here's a view of it from the back, and then the coral. Those are really pretty. They also had a DIY anchor and the steering wheel for a ship. You can get a mermaid's tail to DIY. They have two different mermaids and then the seahorse in the middle. The words that sit on a shelf, you can get them in white or the natural wood. They say breathe. You can also get one that says beach and one that says relax. They're about an inch thick. They also have these DIY signs that say sun, take me to the ocean, or the one with the whale on top that says the sand and me. You can also get these DIY clips. They have mermaids. You get 5 in a pack. They also had the little school of fish with a clip attached and whales. Then they had this bag of little wood cutouts that are dolphins or seashells. Then they had this natural jute cord. You could get it in the natural with the dark navy blue. They also had it in the natural with white. And then the natural color with the wood, with the red. They had the metal clamshell and also a lighthouse. I also found some solar lights that are pineapples and flamingos. And then for summer, they have their barbecue items out. They have these food baskets. You get 4 for $1.25. They do only have them in the red. You could also get the liners to match. And the liners, like a waxy paper, and you get 15 in a pack. You can also purchase the popsicle makers that have a straw on the side. They have the corn cob set. You get 4, I believe it's 4 trays, or maybe it was 6 in a pack. Also the 8-piece corn holders. Then they had their oven mitts that say cold drinks, good eats, and barbecue. That is the blue and white. They had the chillin' and grillin' in the gray. They had like towels, oven mitts. You could get the hot pad holders and all of these that I'm showing you. This one says summertime cocktails, backyard barbecue. And then grill, eat, chill, repeat in the red and white. And the chillin' and grillin', and that is the gray and white. They have like the bamboo skewers. They have the little bottles there for like barbecue sauce and things, and some bamboo sticks. You get 12 and they're about 2 feet tall. They also had some patriotic items out, like the American flags. They had the pinwheels in the red, white, and blue. They had the fairy wings. Also some sunglasses. There's a few different designs of sunglasses. You just kind of have to look through them because there's a couple different versions. They have a whole bunch of headbands that have like hearts and things at the top. Then, of course, the cute little gnomes and their patriotic wear. They had some foam table scatter. You get 20 pieces. Also, the wind socks. It says Land of the Free with the gnomes on the front. They also had some kitchen towels with the gnomes on it. And then this one, it says United We Stand. It also has a little red truck down at the bottom. So these are the 2 new towels that they have out for like the 4th of July and Memorial Day. They also had some new yard flags. It says Land of the Free with the gnomes, or America the Beautiful with the red truck. They had the Star Stripes and Summertime Nights with the sweet treats. I love this little truck with the gnomes riding in the back holding the American flag. So cute with the glitter. And then they have just the blue truck with the hat in the back. Also, the large gnomes, it says Stars and Stripes. And that is the one with the blue hat, or you can get the other one with the red hat that says USA, and he's holding a firework. They had the large mason jar that says Stars and Stripes, a large tag that says USA. The stars are like a faux metal. They have Bless Our Home, Land of the Free, and then Welcome and America. And those are the vertical signs. Some window clings. Also a bunch of garland. You get 25 feet. They have a couple different size stars, and those are all in the red, white, and blue. They also have the tulle with the little paint speckles on them in red, white, and blue. The glitter tulle. And the deco mesh in the red, white, and blue stripes, or the solid colors. They also had some shot glasses. You get 20 mini cups. They have stars on them. And some temporary tattoos. There's 25 tattoos in each pack. This one looks like a bunch of hand-drawn tattoos. And they have a whole bunch of different like fireworks and things like that. Of course, they brought back a bunch of their ribbons for different things outside. They have their Happy 4th of July banners that are 7 feet long. A bunch of their serving bowls. And last but not least, the Dollar Tree Plus items, which are $3 to $5. They have the $3 socks. You get 10 pairs. They also have some large pillows with different sports teams on them. Those are all $5 each. They have a bunch of different football teams from different states. Usually we just get the Texas teams. We have them all the way from Ohio and all. Then they had the 1 yard fabrics. They have unicorns with swans. This light blue one here with the unicorns. They had this one, which I thought was so pretty with the birds. And then just the white and pink stripes. I also found these new foil flakes. You get for $3, you get 6 pieces. And each pack has a bunch of different foil flakes that you can use in your crafting. This is like the blue and purple and green, the gold, silver, copper, black and white. Then they have their DIY wood signs for $3. I think these are a really good buy. So this one's an 11 by 14 inch sign, and this one is 12 by 12. So I think that's a really great price. These are $5. I want you guys to be careful. I found some of these over in the toy section. There was no price tag on them, so I thought they were $1.25, and I picked some up for Easter baskets. I didn't realize I was charged $5 for them. It's just a plastic keychain, not worth $5, so please beware of where they are in the store and watch the prices when they ring them up, because they will only give you store credit. So then they had their Black & Decker toy sets, a junior tool set. Everything you can get is on the back. They have their Play-Doh set, which I think this one's so cute. They made like a little dog. The dentist set. They have like sundaes. They had a whole bunch of different ones. They also have their Play-Doh. They have some solar powered lights, which are owls and dogs. And then some extra large planters. They have like a country blue, red, and white. And then the side of them, it kind of looks like a wood grain. It's like a faux wood grain, but they are just plastic, but it's a 12-inch planter. They're pretty big and they're really nice. I thought they also had this decorative ribbon, and you get 12 feet for $3. I love the ones with the colors down the center. And that's it, you guys. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I also do DIY videos that go up on Thursdays. I try to use mainly items found at the Dollar Tree. And then of course, every Friday we post what's new for the week at the Dollar Tree. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I would encourage you to check out some of our other videos, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I wish everyone a very happy Easter for those of you who celebrate. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back next week.